IGN. Indiana Jones: A Great Circle brings back the magic of Xbox exclusives. It's not exclusive. Says these three twits of IGN. So this isn't like a little podcast, right? IGN is the world's biggest gaming news site, and I get that they employ people like these people to take them off the street and help us. If they would have added Dan Stapleton, this would have been exactly like back in 1910 or so, when people would tour with the mentally handicapped and just watch them eat and fight, and people paid to watch the stupidity of all of that. But they're like, yeah, Dan, you take it too far. You take it too far to that. Instead, we just have these three knuckleheads who are going to just bring back a fight from the 90s, like exclusivity fights. They even got like, hang on. So I'm gonna admit, I only watched a little bit of this before it just got too stupid even for me. Because they talk about that, I got as far as they say that Microsoft Flight Sim is an exclusive. It's not, but it's also not a game. Gatekeeping. And also then that Stalker 2 was exclusive. And just an entirely buggy mess. And I got as far as one of them saying, actually, it wasn't a buggy mess. That's just what you played, your review copy, which, okay, oh my God. He must have gotten a note from his mom on that to say something intelligent. But so why does this really annoy me? What is so first of all, right, they're talking positively about Indiana Jones. Now, I've played about an hour and a half of Indiana Jones. It is like those early Uncharted games where you felt like you were playing the movie. It is really good. It is really fun. It is really satisfying to punch somebody with a hammer in the head. I'm really digging it. I don't normally dig this script of games and this control of games, but this is a really well done one. It is just really good. So they can't just talk about that, because it would talk about it would take intelligence to talk about like how comparing the stealth system of this game to the recent Call of Duty, where the Call of Duty stealth system is about instant collapsing. If you make one mistake from one random person seeing you, the whole thing collapses. Where here it's more forgiving. It actually has more natural stealth to it. It's more forgiving in its nature. And failing often doesn't cascade. It just means you have to fight, so you have a localized failure instead of instantly having it global and you having to reset, right? I can talk about it for a very long time about it, right? They can't. So how do they drum up excitement about their podcast? So I thought there's three of them: Tweedledee, Tweedledum, and all right. So they have to build up outrage, right? So they can't talk about the game like I can talk about it endlessly about the stealth, especially because I really like the stealth, and this is an old school style stealth. It is just really well done. So they can't talk about that. So they have to build up outrage about that and talk about something outside of the game. Well, what they choose to talk about is something that doesn't exist anymore. And this console wars. This is stuff from decades ago, right? They're the world's largest gaming news site. Phil Spencer has gone, I think, on their own site and said it's not about exclusivities anymore. What it's about is getting Xbox games everywhere. They are now a giant publisher who wants their games everywhere. And the thing that they really want to get everywhere is Game Pass. And it's about that. It's about building Game Pass. So they'll put a game on Game Pass for free if you have Game Pass, and then put it on PlayStation and be like, if you want it, $60, go for it. They've done that. They do that. They're doing it with this game. It's not exclusive, bro. But like, that would take knowing about the fucking industry you're talking about, wouldn't it? Wouldn't it, Destin? Oh yeah, no. Attack Indies. Oh yeah, attack Indies and attack Indiana Jones game for being exclusive because you're a dimwit, right? This is. If you ever wonder why IGN doesn't cover things of like when Gamer 2.0 comes up and starts attacking developers, wonder about that, right? Because there's no articles about that. There's nothing about that. They didn't cover that because they've got to save space for this, and they got to save space for Destin attacking Indies, and now just babbling here. Right? That is the world's biggest gaming news site. And we can't expect them to understand their industry, choose to talk about games without it being about outrage, but about understanding of the games, and about combining those to talk about those games in context of the industry. That would be too much. No, let's go professional wrestling. I really hate IGN.